You abandoned a relationship, a friendship, a romantic partner, a family, a work situation. There was a group that you were connected to, and you just had this inkling, this inner guidance. As you're looking at your crystal ball, there was this inner guidance that you received that you need to jump ship from a certain group, a certain relationship, a certain situation. You may not have even had evidence of this, but something in your inner guidance was telling you that it's time to leave, it's time to go, it's time to abandon ship, and you don't like to give up on things. So it was very hard for you to walk away. It may have even left you feeling left out in the cold, feeling taken for granted, feeling isolated from people that you were around, and they didn't understand what you were seeing at the time. You didn't even understand what you were seeing. But because you pray so heavily and you're closely connected to God and the universe, you intuitively get downloads that tell you that you need to move away from a certain environment because it's about to blow up. So with this situation, you decided to move. New city, new state, you left a toxic relationship, had a career change. You just left a dynamic that was familiar to you. And initially it made you feel like dirt because it's like, for one, you're isolated from the people that you were connected to. For two, you didn't even have evidence of this situation or why you felt an inkling to move away. And altogether, like, it just became overwhelming to you. But there was something that was alerted to you by your ancestors and guides, and they basically told you to act fake busy. Some people may have even called you fake and tried to question your character, but it's like you saw some sort of true colors from afar. Your intuition is so strong. You saw this from afar. You saw some sort of phony. You saw a trickster energy. You realized something was an illusion. You realized something was a fairy tale. You saw something as it is. You saw the truth. You exposed something to yourself. And you know what's weird? You kept this information close to your chest. You didn't even tell anybody. So you let people create whatever narratives they want to create about you. You look towards the future. You started planning on the future, planning on what it is you're trying to attract in your life. And this actually helped you get closer to yourself. Yes, it was a very isolated period where you had to release yourself from people that you were close to. You may have even had two people that really talked mess about you, or they questioned your character. Two people that you cared about, it's like you had to leave them behind because they just would not understand. They were not on any level as spiritual as you are, and they just would not have understood. One of them could have been somebody that was career driven, stable, grounded, they had their own business. The other person may have just been like their partner or someone that was connected to them. And this left a lot of imbalance, not just for you leaving this group dynamic, but it left imbalance in yourself internally because you weren't sure if you were doing the right thing. People now see exactly why you moved away. If it was a love interest you moved away from, they now see why. Because with this volcano exploding, stuff is hitting the fan over there. There's some sort of unexpected explosion happening, fights and arguments amongst people. Someone's true identity is now being revealed. There's true colors coming out because someone may have pretended to be helpful, to be, kind and courteous, but behind the scenes, they may have been a bully. It's like you saw someone's true colors and you knew that something was going to explode. It was only a matter of time. So you decided to remove yourself before it affected not only your finances, your mental health. Before this situation affected you, you decided to jump ship. If this is a job, you saw that this job was going to go downhill. It was about to be bankrupt any second now. So you decided to leave and go get another job, which left you in a predicament where, yes, you had to start brand new, but at least it wasn't explosive to where everyone's getting laid off or fired. If this was a relationship, this may have been someone that you were connected to that everyone in the public eye saw them as like nice, kind, giving, nurturing, compassionate. Behind the scenes, they would abuse you, abuse other people. And it took a while for everyone else to see what you saw, but trust and believe, they're seeing it now. They're actually putting their guard up with whoever it was that was shady and conniving and underhanded. They're currently being blocked out from interacting with certain people. These individuals you left behind, they actually want to have like a sincere conversation with you. They want to have some sort of communication line open because they want to know, how did you see what you saw when we've been around this person for years, months even, and we didn't catch on to any of the signs? It's because you're highly intuitive. You are a highly intuitive being. You can see what's not being said. You can see the actions that are happening behind the scenes. And you risk exposing this group of people, this person, this institution. It's like you were the exposer, and it took you getting pushed out for everyone to see what you were talking about. So everyone's now looking at you as like this divine being that is crowned, that has this gift of sight, that can see the truth for what it is, that can see the evidence even when it's not there, and it's bringing a mass tower moment to all the people involved. It could be up to 5 to 7 people whose lives are now being turned upside down because they didn't have time to plan their exit. They didn't have time to have some sort of savings. They didn't have time to basically plan out their exit, or to make sure that they don't have to cut as many losses as they do. And here you are just minding your own business, continuing on pushing forward. None of what's happening is affecting you in any way because you chose to remove yourself way ahead of time. And now you're just progressing forward. Now you're happy. Now you're content. Now you got all these other people that want to talk to you. They want to communicate with you. They want to say sorry. They want to apologize. There's a lot going on. But trust me, even if you don't have the evidence, trust your intuition, because it's not going to guide you in the wrong direction. 96% of the time, your intuition is correct. Other times, it may just be fear that's triggering some sort of energy within you to make you feel anxiety or uneasy. But most of the time, you know it's God talking to you, telling you it's time to go.